Hey guys, it's Mary Jo from MaryjoesCreations. Um, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to my channel. It is the day before New Year's Eve, and I am working on my Vlogmas blanket. Now, I finally did the last row. Now, just for a second, let me chat with you. I did an intro where I did all of these. I attached the last one, or is this the last one? I think this was the last one. Who knows? I did a intro where I did attach the last square so you could see that. And then that video went in a totally different direction. All right. I did started talking about my sweater, and I did go into my workroom and show you my sweater, and that video just went off the rails entirely into something else. And so I do have it. I think I might put that out right after New Year's, because I do want to share it. I just, I wanted to put out a video on New Year's Eve celebrating the end of this year and showing you my last project and how much we can get through it. So you will see a clip of me attaching the last square. It'll just be in the other video, and that's about the only crochet that's in that video. I did go on, but you're going to have to watch that video to know what I was talking about. But it is a lot of talking in the other video and not a lot of crocheting, so I hope y'all don't mind. But, yeah, we did attach this square, and now I am going to start attaching row by row. So this was my last square to my last row that I attached. And if you watch the next video, you will see me do that. But this video, we are going to focus on attaching all the rows together. There are 10 rows of 5 squares each. And we are going to see if we can get that done by tomorrow. Yeah. I always tend to bite off more than I can chew, right? But I really, really, really want to finish this blanket before the year ends. And that is my goal. So I have the rest of today, which right now it is 2:24, I believe. I've been crocheting on and off all morning. I put together 3 more rows. Technically 4, because one of them, it looked like it was a lot longer than the others, and I don't know, I turned some of the squares, which shouldn't make a difference, but it kind of like did, because some of these, you know, remember when we talked about it while we were making it, some of these squares, the majority of this yarn does seem to be in the loops, big twist, and the loops and threads this loops and threads, which is much thinner. And there are some squares that have loops and threads soft classic, which is thicker, and those squares are coming out. They came out a little bit bigger, but they are kind of making like some of the rows a little wonky. So I tried to like move it around a little bit, and I did redo one entire row. So I put together 4 more rows. I took that entire row apart and redid it. And it looks like it fits a little bit better, but we're going to see. I am going to, in a little while, start attaching them, and I will show you. I will put in a clip of, they're laid out on my bed right now, to give me a general idea, and so I know of how big it is, and so I know where to start, and how to attach. Oh, Jesus. It's been a long day, and it's only 2:30. Dude, you have no idea. And I kind of went a little emotional in the last video that I just filmed, that I had no idea that I was filming or no intention to film it. But if you've been here long enough, you know me. It happens. So, right now, what I need to do is I need to take a break. And I need to go eat something. Because I just realized I haven't eaten all day long. And I am starting to feel it. I'm hungry. And I'm starting to feel a little not too good, because I do need to eat. So I'm going to go take a break. And when I come back, I'm going to start attaching all of my rows. 10 rows. 5 squares each. Whether I'm doing this right or not right, but because in my opinion, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. But I don't know if I'm doing this the traditional way, with the join as you go method. But we are going to find out, and we're going to find out how it looks and how long it takes us. So I'm going to go grab a bite to eat, and I will be back for you in just a second. So relax. You don't got to wait very long to see me again. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I will be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. I think I'm going a little delirious, but I'm back. I started joining my rows, and I just made a boo-boo. Give me 1 second, and I will show you what I've done so far. I am joining my 3rd row. And I'm sorry, I'm looking down, but I have to concentrate because honestly, I just made a mistake. And I was trying to not rush through it, but it's not like, you know, you have to pay attention, because if you put it in the wrong spot, then it gets all wonky. But anyway, I'm working on this blanket, and I'm hoping to get it done by tomorrow. Now, it is a little bit late, because, you know, I had to be a grown-up and do adult things like clean my kitchen and cook. So, after I got all the rows done, that's what I did. I made myself some lunch, and then, you know, I started cleaning my kitchen, and, well, here we are. I just messed that up. That should be fine. It should be fine. It's all fine. All fine. Once I stretch it out, it should be fine. I need to make my stitches tighter when I'm joining for, like, when I'm going into the first... What on God's green earth is going on right now? Like, my hook is getting stuck in every single place that it shouldn't be. Okay. So this is what it's looking like right now. I got these two done first. This is the first one. The first row. And the second row. And now I'm putting together the third row. So this is what it's looking like right now. And the plan is to hopefully attach all the rows tonight. It shouldn't take me very long. I am going to honestly sit here and put on Supernatural. It's one of my favorite shows. And it's finally on Amazon, so I am going to sit here most likely for the rest of the night. It is 10 something. And I literally just sat down a few minutes ago. So I did these first two rows when I was, making my chicken stew. And I just sat down to do this next row. I want to get at least this row done before I go eat something. Because now I'm starting to get hungry. And I know you're like, it's 10 o'clock. Why are... I have to eat when I'm hungry. I don't eat just to eat. I eat when I'm hungry. So, I do kind of want to eat because my food is ready. But I also kind of want to have at least 3 rows attached before I do that. So right now, alright, now shit is lining up. There we go. I believe so. Now it's all lining up. Okay, I had made a mistake a little while ago. And I attached it into the same space twice. And that was totally my bad. So I had to rip it all apart. And you can tell that I'm getting tired and some of my pain is starting to set in. So I need to eat something. And I need to take care of that. But I do want to do as much of this as possible. So my plan is to sit here for the rest of the night. For as long as I can. And keep attaching this blanket. And hopefully, all I have to do tomorrow will be the border around the whole thing. And if I can do that, I will be so happy to have this blanket 100% finished. Even if it's like right before midnight. Because it'll still count. I want this blanket finished in 2025. And I am determined to do so. So, every time I go to attach a new row, I will show you. And then I will show you once the row is done. And we are going to try and get through this. And hopefully, by the end of this video, it won't have a border, because I do kind of want to put this video up in the morning. So, I know for a fact, oh, sugar. This definitely requires concentration, because you gotta make sure come on now, that you put it in the right spot and that you connect everyone as you go. So I do need to concentrate on this, but like I said, I am going to work on it and show you every step of the way, so that way you can see the progress. And like I was saying, I know that this video, I want to get it out definitely no later than like 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't know, which means I would have to start, like, I mean, honestly at this point, like my last video that you just saw, I did not really edit that. I just put it together and put it out there, because that's the kind of day we're having. That's the kind of day we were having. So, yeah, my hands don't want to work right. I'm going to need to take a break. But, and I did, like I said, I put 2 of these rows together before I came on camera. And so now, I have 2 more squares to go. Well, 1 more square to go, really, because this one's almost done. So, what I most likely will do, I don't believe I'm going to need to cut anything out. All I'm really doing is paying attention to the time. Yeah, I really should have weaved in these ends, and I might do that. But, what was I saying? I have no idea. See, that's why I can't do this and talk at the same time. This needs way too much concentration for me to be doing this and trying to hold a conversation. Like, seriously, Mary Jo? But I have 1 square left. And what I think I'm going to do is watch Supernatural and see how many I can get done in an episode. How many rows I can connect in an episode. And if I can get this done and everything connected before I go to sleep, then all I have to work on is the border tomorrow. And if that happens, then what I might do is, like, you know, do as much of the border as I can. And hold on. And then, you know, if I see that it's taking too long, I'll end the video. And then as soon as I finish it, I will post a picture in the community tab. Or do like a little short and show you guys before, you know, it becomes 2026. But in this video, we are going to see how much of it I can get done before tomorrow afternoon. Which for me, it's the day before New Year's Eve. So, it is officially December 30th. And it is at the moment, one second. This is the last one that I have to connect. And now I'm going to cut off here. And again, if y'all know a different way of doing this, let me know. But here we go. So far, we've got 3 rows connected. You see that? I think it's looking very pretty. I think I'm doing a great job. And this is what it'll look like this way. So now, I am going to go eat something really quick. And then I will be back here and we will connect the next row. And I don't think that took me very long. I think I redid it, like, took me about 15 minutes. So hopefully within an episode of Supernatural, I can get 3 rows connected. Here's hoping. If I could do 3 rows in one episode, that would be great. And then hopefully, sorry, I'm totally spacing right now, and I apologize. But hopefully I will be able to get all of the panels done. And like I said, I'm going to be coming back to you every time I go to add on a row. And every time it's finished. So right now, this is where we are. I don't know if you could see. And again, I think it's looking so lovely. And if we can get all the rows attached, then tomorrow when I get up and I'm starting and I feel okay, I will start doing the border. And I will see how much I can get done and keep updating you guys until about maybe like as far as I can go. Because like I said, the goal would be to get this video up by like 2, maybe the latest 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and give me as much time as possible. And, you know, I'll stop filming probably like close to 1 o'clock or so. So it gives me time to upload it all together and make sure that all the pieces are together, and then, you know, upload it onto YouTube. And if I can't get the blanket finished before the time I go to put up the video, then I promise that it will get finished before midnight, and I will post a video, a little short of the blanket, and most likely a picture up on the community tab. So I'm going to go grab something to eat, and I'll let you know when I'm starting again. All right, guys? See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back, and I think that, honestly, before I do this next round, I want to sew some of these ends in. Hold on, because my hair is, like, falling, and it's driving me crazy. Alright, it's super long, and I want to leave it down, but honestly, I keep leaning on it, and it's just getting in the way. It's super long. And I actually think in my next video, you're going to see how long my hair is, but anyway. Okay. Just put up one of my scrunchies and I go to grab the hook. I don't know if I should sew these ends in right now, because they are kind of really getting on my nerves. Not getting on my nerves, they make me nervous. I don't, they get in my way, and then, like, so what's the last thing you remember? Feeding my reader. Jump from behind. And I wake up. They get in my way, and they get caught, and then they're, like, everywhere. And it's like, do I want to deal with it, or do I just want to weave these ends in real quick? And I don't know. And that is like, honestly, I don't feel like weaving in ends. Alright. You know what? I'm going to end up doing this last one right here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I can, like, barely see what I'm doing, but I think that's going to be the last two that I do right now. At least that's two ends out of the way. What I might do moving forward is I'm not going to worry about the ones that are already done, right? Because I kind of already did weave them in a little bit as I was crocheting putting it together. So I kind of did that, right? Like, as I was going, I was kind of crocheting over them. And so those are already kind of done. I just have to secure them a little bit more because I want to make sure that it is super secure. I mean, again, it is mine, right? So, you know, if it does end up at any point in time coming apart, which I don't think it will, but I can always fix it because it's mine. It's not going anywhere. And I'm okay with that. But I would kind of really like to, what do you call that? I would kind of like to have the ends woven in. But honestly, at this point, I'm weaving in these ends. And I just realized that only had 2 clusters. Well, I can't do anything about that now. So yeah, I think that what I'm going to have to do... Oh no, there is 3. No, it's just 2. What I think I'm going to have to do is... Yeah, right now, I kind of want to weave in the ends, but at the same time, I want to get this put together so badly that I really don't want to waste time weaving in ends right now, because if the ends aren't woven in, but the blanket is complete, and I got the border on it, then I'll be okay. You know, I'm not worried about the ends right now, so we're just going to leave the ends alone. And that's what I think I'm going to do. So right now, what I'm going to do is do 1 row on this side and then go attach it. So I'm going to start it, and again, I don't know if, you know, again, I'm sorry. My brain doesn't seem to want to work right now. Oh, God help me. I don't know if my way is the right way. And again, I know there is, you know, no real wrong way or right way to do things, to crochet. And I'm sure that it's going to be secure, and it's going to be fine, and it's going to look beautiful, because, to be honest, I do like the way it's coming out so far. The 3 rows that I have connected look good. I wish I would have made it a little bit, when I connected it, made it a little bit tighter, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. But again, like I was saying, I don't know if there's, let's say, a better way or a more efficient way to do it. Maybe there is, but this is the way that I'm doing it right now, and since I already started it, I just want to finish it. I'm not going to take this apart now and try to figure out a new way. I think that the way I'm doing it is great. I think it's looking really pretty, and I don't see any issues in the future about it coming apart. And again, it is mine and it's not going anywhere. So if it does start to come apart, I can always fix it. So it'll be a good trial run to see, you know, if it's going to work the way I want it to. And maybe there is a more efficient way of doing it. But this is just the way that I thought of doing it, and the way that seemed less complicated to me. And I just really want to get this blanket put together. And I think we're going to be okay. So I'm going to work on this row. And I will get back to you in just a moment. Okay, so that was just a few minutes. I did one whole row. Now I'm going to start attaching my next row, which is right next to me. And just got to make sure this is the front. So this is the front. And this is going to go here. So we don't have, I am pretty sure that I am going to have to, what do you call that? Get out the new skein of yarn very soon. It's right over there. But I think I am going to have to break into it very soon, which I think is fine, because I think one skein, that skein will be enough to do whatever rows are left and to do the whole outside the way I want. But, you know, we'll see what happens. This is all I have left of the skein right here. I'm hoping that it will give me at least one more full row, right? This one and the next one. But we are going to find out. So right now it is 11. I don't know if that says 11:54 or 11:51. I have no idea. So I am going to finish this row off, and then I'll come back and show you as soon as it's done. So for you, it'll be just a few seconds. Okay, I got one more fully attached. There we go. And I think it's looking pretty good. Okay. And I'm going to start doing the next one. And normally I would, like, you know, talk to you as I crochet. It took me about, I think, 15 minutes, 20 minutes or something like that. I don't remember. To do the, to put that together. Hold on a second. And, I mean, like, normally, if you've watched my videos, I do, like, you know, sitting down, chatting with you, and for a while, and doing it all, you know, like just sitting and crocheting while I talk to you. But since we are on a bit of a time crunch, right? Because this does need to, come hell or high water, I'm going to get this finished by tomorrow. Well, technically, by later on today, because I believe it's past midnight. But if I can get, if you don't know, I suffer from insomnia, and a lot of it is to do with my fibromyalgia. But I can never fall asleep before like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, unless I am like completely exhausted. So I'm going to be up for a little while longer. I don't know if I'll be able to get all of them sewn together before I go to sleep. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have, I'm about to attach my 5th row. So we are going to see how long it takes me to attach this last row. And now it's getting heavy because I might have to move to my bed, and sit on my bed and do some of this, because it is starting to get really long. And pretty soon it's going to be very hard to sit here with an entire blanket on my lap. This is all I have left of this skein. So let's hope that it will do this round completely. I'm almost done with this row, and then I'm going to grab the other piece and attach it. But, you know, like, since I do want to get this done quickly, and I do need to concentrate I might not show a lot of crocheting. Like, right now, it's kind of easy, right? Because I'm just doing the first row. So I'm connecting this whole row together. And this row is easy because I don't have to worry about anything but doing granny clusters all the way across. But during the next row, I have to pay attention, because that's when I'm attaching as I go. And I gotta tell you, I'm really liking the results right now. I think it's starting to look really, really good. And I gotta say, there's something, you know, like, obviously, when I had it laid out on my bed, right, you get an idea of what it's supposed to look like, right? And it might not. I might have to tie on my next skein. But that's okay. I'm just truly hoping at this point I have technically 6 more rows to connect. And I'm really, really hoping that I will have enough to do the border the way I want it to. But anyway, I have, I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, this isn't, I'm going to have to grab that other skein. But, you know, it's easy for me to chat with you for a little while I'm doing this. But when I start connecting the pieces together, I have to concentrate so that I don't make mistakes. And that's why, you know, I've been pausing it. And I also don't want to make this video too long, because right now we're probably at about 30 minutes or so. And I still have all of this to get done. And it does seem like it's taking me about... The longer part is me connecting it. Because this seems to be taking me about 10 minutes or so to do the first row. Yeah, there we go. We finished. So I'm going to go grab the other skein. Hold on. Okay, so I tied on the second skein, which is actually my last skein. I had to wait a little bit because I needed my phone to charge. And I didn't let it charge for long, but as long as it gets me through this little bit left, honestly, I am feeling like kind of tired. So... all right. All right, there we go. I believe it's supposed to be like this. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do this last one, because honestly, wearing myself out doesn't seem like a very good option. So this is going to be, oh, sorry guys. This is going to be the last one I'm putting together today, and that means that half the blanket is done. This is the 5th row. And so this part for right now is at least the first half of the blanket is connected. I wish I had more done today. I was hoping to have the whole thing connected, but you know, life happens, and sometimes you can't get everything you want done. And, you know, there was a time where I would have probably, like, pushed through, but I'm learning my limits. And even though I will still have to do, like, attach the rest of the blanket together, at least I know it's not going to take me very long, because honestly I didn't do a lot of crocheting tonight, so it's not like it's going to I didn't do a lot of crocheting tonight. I didn't have a lot of time because, again, I had to clean my kitchen and cook some food. And there we go. And I wasn't able to connect as much as I wanted to, but in all fairness, I mean, I believe I connected 4 today. I finished 4 of the rows, and I was able to connect half of the blanket. So in the grand scheme of things, I think I did a pretty good job. And tomorrow or later, however you want to look at it, all I have to do is connect the other half, and then do the border. So, and tomorrow I will have all day. I think that I am going to go hang out with my friend tomorrow. Going to her house for New Year's Eve and just, hang out, chill, and all that good stuff. Made a boo-boo. Hold on. Let me fix that boo-boo. I forgot to do that. Push down all the ends. Make sure they're knotted and secure. Trust me, this isn't going anywhere. And, I take my crochet everywhere I go. Actually, in her house is where we laid everything all out. And I started connecting it there. So, like the rows together. And so, if you know, I take a project with me everywhere I go. And sometimes multiple projects, because, like, if I'm not working on something big like this, or like a cardigan, sometimes it's just, I don't know what, if I don't have a big project like this to work on, sometimes it's easier for me to have a bunch of smaller projects, because if I'm out, I might not know what I want to work on. I might want to work on hats, or like bigger projects like this is harder for you to take out. And if you crochet, you know very well, like, traveling with a blanket is not necessarily the smartest idea, because it is so big and it does take up so much space. But I will be doing it at her house. And oh no, what did I do? See, that's what happens when I talk and don't pay attention. I just want to do this little bit with you and finish this up real quick, because this is going to be the last row that I'm doing tonight. I'm not doing any more tonight. I am going to finish up here and get ready for sleep and go to sleep. So, if you know, it's very hard to travel with big projects. So, if I'm going somewhere, normally I take sometimes more yarn than I need, but I take a few projects to start, and mainly it's like hat yarn, or like, maybe to start a bigger project, but it's easier to take something small to work with. But I'm going to her house, and we're just going to chill, and I can take this big-ass project, because when I'm sitting on her couch, I'll just be covered in my blanket. So, that's okay. But I really do want to work on it. I want to get it finished. And hopefully before I go to her house, I can literally have the blanket put together. And when I'm at her house, all I have to do is the border. That's the plan. And at least that gives me something solid to work on while I'm there. Because, you know, she already knows I don't leave the house without a project. So, my phone is about to die. Again. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to really quickly finish up this row. And I'll come back to you as soon as I get it done. There's only a few more squares. I think I'm going on to my third square, and as we know, there's only 5 squares in the rows. So, let me finish these 3 up, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry I didn't turn the camera back on to get that last little bit, but we're going to snip it. And we're going to fasten this off. And here we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The blanket is officially halfway connected. Yay! Now let's see it from the top. So it looks like this. And right now, let's try something. I'm putting it all the way down to my feet. So it's down to my feet. And right now, it's up to here. So, yay me. I'm very excited. So, if it's already like halfway, this is going to be one long blanket. And I'm all for that. I just want to make sure, yeah, it is all facing the right way. Yes. Alright. Perfect. So, this is where I'm going to stop the video right now. But don't worry, before I finish it, I'm not ending this video here. We are going to continue tomorrow. And tomorrow, when I start, I'll let you know. And hopefully, like I said, tomorrow in the morning, we can get the rest of the blanket connected. It should take me about maybe, I'm guessing what, give or take, let's just say 2 hours to connect the whole thing. And then the longest part is probably going to be the border all the way around. So we just started this new skein. I barely used any of it. This was the center pull. So we'll use that up. Hopefully it won't use too much, and there will be more than enough to do the border the way I want to. If not, we'll see how much we can get done. I would like to at least go around the blanket 2 times with a granny stitch, but we'll see. 'Cause I do want it wider. I know you really can't see because it's not I will get a good shot of the blanket, I promise. But I do want to make it a little bit wider, so that's why I would like to do at least 2 rounds of granny stitch around the whole thing. And then, which will give me, what, an extra inch on each side. It'll give me about an extra 2 inches on each side. And then I want to if I have enough, I would like to do, ideally, 3 rounds of half double crochets in every stitch, and then 2 rounds of single crochet. I'm hoping that 1 skein will be enough, but most likely, as always, I will be playing Yarn Chicken. So, we are done for tonight, and I will see y'all in the morning. For you, it'll just be a few seconds. Hi guys, it's Mary Jo. I'm back. But I wanted to come on here real quick and just let you know. Like I said earlier, oh, by the way, Happy New Year's Eve. It is officially December 31st. And yes, I am still filming. And yes, this video will be up today. I tried to do it in 1 row, speed it up, and I just did it backwards, and I had to rip it out, and, you know, fun times. Fun times. So, this is what our blanket is looking like. I have a stitch marker where the top is, so I know where the top is. I had a stitch marker. Where'd it go? Here we go. Okay. So, I have a stitch marker as to where the top of my blanket is so that I don't get confused. And I don't have to keep looking at pictures and, you know, all that fun stuff. So, I did put one of my stitch markers. And by the way, I made that stitch marker. Isn't it so pretty? But anyway, I put a stitch marker here so I know that this is the top, when I'm looking at the blanket, the top left corner, right? So, this is what we got so far. This is what we finished last night, right? 5 complete rows. I was going to work on it today. I mean, like, right now in the morning, but that, you know, just didn't happen. I ended up sleeping till, like, 8 o'clock, and, you know, it takes me a while in the morning, especially with the fibromyalgia, to be able to start moving, and unfortunately, you know, when I wake up I normally like to get up around 7:30, so that by like 9:30, I feel good enough where I can do something. And, you know, I ended up running a little behind, which is all good. It's all good, guys. It's all good, because we will be working on this blanket. But like I said earlier, I am going to my friend's house for New Year's, and I was getting ready this morning. And then I decided to, you know, like any normal, sane human being, decided that I wanted to bake a chocolate cake before I went so I could take the chocolate cake with me. So, of course, and if I don't know if I've ever mentioned it before, but I love to bake and cook, and these last 3 years have been very traumatic for me. So for a while, I didn't do almost any of that. And now, you know, I'm in a better place right now. That's why, like, this year is bittersweet for me. Because, you know, it's been a rough year, but there have been good moments in it. So, quite a few good things happened and came out of the last 2.5 years of trauma. Which isn't funny, but if I don't laugh, I cry. So, all that to say, I love to bake and I love to cook. And I figured that I should take a chocolate cake. Why not? Who doesn't start baking a chocolate cake at 11 o'clock in the morning, right? So the cake it's in the oven. Well, actually, it just came out of the oven. And I was trying to crochet this to at least put on one more row before I went over to her house. But that just didn't happen. You know, gathering everything. I tried to sit down here and I did one row, and because I was rushing, I did the row on the wrong side and I had to frog it, and that's fun. And I'm rambling. I know. I'm sorry. But everything else is put away. The cake just needs to cool a little bit before I can put it in a bag. So, and I have to do like a few more things before I leave. So, I was going to sit down and start crocheting, but now I'm not. So, I'm going to take you guys along with me. And we're going to crochet over there. I will be giving you updates when I start crocheting. I will start filming and give you an update. And we are going to see how long it takes us today to do this thing. And then what I might do, if I can't finish it before I post this video, which will be posted today before midnight, I'm shooting for 6 o'clock. And so, like, I'm shooting for 6 o'clock, the latest 7 o'clock, which I've put up videos that late before, so it's not like it's something new. But anyway, this video is going to be a little bit special, a little bit different, because ooh, my throat feels so itchy right now. Must be the fuzzies. Because I want to finish this blanket by tonight, and I do want to document it, and I don't want you guys to wait to see the video. I'm just putting some things in my little pencil pouch that used to belong to my daughter that is mine now. My hook, some clips, stitch markers, scissors. I will take my 5.5... No, wait. Do I need this one? No, the cardigan is done in a 6. Okay, so... yeah. I'm going to take my cardigan also, just in case, if by some miracle I do finish the blanket before the end of the night, I have something else to work on. And also because, you know, sometimes if you know, you know, when you get burnt out, like if it starts becoming too heavy or too repetitive and I need a little break, I can always have something else to work on, you know. So we're going to do that. And we're going to take that. But that also uses a 6mm hook. So I think the 6mm is the only one I'm going to need. Yeah. Okay. So, as I was saying, when I get to my friend's house and when I sit down to start crocheting, I will let you know. The reason why I said I'm going up until 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, so that way I can just piece everything together. You know, I'm not big on editing, and I don't think there's going to be any mistakes in here where I feel the need that I have to edit. And this video is a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different for me and more of a time crunch thing. So I'm not really, listen, I'm crazy all the time. So if there's a few more so's or ums or something like that in the video, it really doesn't matter. It's going to go up the way it is. But there are several little clips because I've, stopped filming. So I will need a little bit of time to put all those in and then, get it uploaded for you guys. And by the latest, the very latest, I don't know if you could hear that, but I was watching Supernatural. That has to be turned off anyway. By the latest, I would like to have the video up by 7:30, because it is my time and I'm on Eastern time. So even if I put it up at 8 o'clock, like for me, it'll be 8 o'clock. But if you're watching in different parts and you're not on the East Coast, it'll be earlier for you. So I think I'll still be okay. So we're going to try and shoot for 7 o'clock for the video to be up. Even if I'm not finished by that time, and I don't know if I said this in previous clips because I can't remember what I did a few hours ago, let alone yesterday. If I cannot finish the entire blanket by 6 o'clock, because life happens, right? I might not be able to put the complete border on it and all that stuff. I will end the video, let you know where I'm at, end the video, and post it. But don't worry, because if it's not finished, I will continue to be working on it. And as soon as I'm done with it, I will do either a short or, like, even if it comes out like a little bit longer, like 10 minutes or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll keep documented. You know what? I like this idea better. Because I was going to say I can do a little short of the blanket and then post that as soon as it's done, whatever time it is. But I think that, like, what I might do is continue to document it. And as soon as I'm done with it, I will, so you might get 2 videos tonight. You'll get this video, and then before midnight, you will get another video showing what the blanket looks like. And I do want to make sure that I do that, because I want to end this year off with that blanket completely finished, even if it drives me completely mad and, puts me in excruciating pain. I really want it finished, like, I really want it finished. I want this blanket, I want to be wrapped in this blanket going into the new year. Like, you don't know how badly I want that, because I'm so excited for this blanket, but this blanket is not a project that I want to carry into next year. So, we're going to take this blanket, we're going to pack it up. I've been talking for about 13 minutes now. No shocker there. And I'm going to put this in the bag. I'm going to do what I have to do. And when I get to my friend's house and I sit down to start crocheting, I will let you know what time it is and all that good stuff. So I will check back with you. Well, for you, it'll just be a few seconds, right? So I'll see you in a few seconds. Okay, now you know that it's been a really long day when I was about to attach my next piece, and I go to do the first row, and I actually do start on the top. So I'm not going to frog all this back, because I'm going to have to do this anyway for the border. So we're just going to leave it, and I'm going to pull from the outside, and I'm going to pull from the outside and do the rest of them. Actually, what I might do is put this to the side and attach these 4 left together, and then attach these to that. So that's what I'm going to try and do right now. And I will get back to you in just a second. Okay, hey guys. Alright, so I'm back home, and it's almost midnight. And I wanted to show you, I didn't finish the blanket. I will try and finish it in the morning. It is almost, I have the skein on both panels. So I don't think I showed you. What I started to do is, by accident, I did a round. By accident, I was trying to attach the other row, and this skein just does not want to stay up here. Let's try and pull this down a little bit. Okay, give it some slack. Sorry, I am so tired. And I was at my friend's house, and I was working so hard, and I just couldn't. You know, when you have kids running around and all kinds of things, you just... Okay, so, like I said, I was trying to do the other row, and by accident, I did a row on the top instead of on the bottom row. So I didn't want to take it apart because I had already started and I wasn't taking it apart. Besides, it would have to go there eventually anyway, right? So this is where I should have been making the row. So instead of continuing down here, which would have probably been a smart idea, but I didn't do that. So what I did was I started working the other panels. So that way, once I have these done, I can just attach the smaller one to the bigger one, and then just keep going all the way around. And I think I already messed up one row anyway, because I think I ended up attaching it backwards. But you know what? I wasn't going to take it out because, listen, I like to think it ended up where it was supposed to go. It was just flipped around. You know, it was the panel that went on that side. It was just flipped around. So, you know, it's no big deal. And it was funny. I laughed because the thing was that specific panel, right? It was actually like that when I first laid it out. And I moved the squares because they were 2 squares that were the same color. Let me see if I could find it. You know what? Let me do this one row. What I'm going to try and do, we still have a little time left. I think it's 11:49. So if I can just attach this last round, this last row to this piece, then I will close out this video and I will catch you tomorrow. And I will be posting it tonight before, well, hopefully I can get it up before midnight. But it was funny because when I was looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. And then I was like, oh, I had moved, originally that's how it was. And I moved it because, like I said, the two colors, I believe, like, the color that was on top of it was just too similar, and I moved it so they wouldn't be close together. And in the end, they ended up there anyway. So I just said, you know, fuck it. I'm going to leave it because, you know, it was, I guess, where it wanted to be. So I can't wait to get these connected because working on both ends, I hate pulling from the outside. I really do. I know some of y'all like pulling from the outside. And honestly, I don't. I truly am an inside girly. I hate pulling from the outside. And as you see, I do it if I have to, but I don't really like doing it. And again, the only reason I did it was because I was going to have to do that row anyway, and I really did not want to take it apart only to have to do it again later. So I just left it and decided to pull from the front, and I don't like doing that. Now, I am pretty sure, I am 99.9% sure that this is going to definitely be enough to tie, to finish connecting, oh damn it, connecting these rows and one round for the trim. But I don't know if I will have enough to do 2 rounds until I finish connecting. Because I'll show you the skein. It's not like, you know, too bad. 1 square down. 4 to go. See, like, I still have, I think, way more than a half a skein. But, again, I don't know how much I'm going to use, because I have this row to finish, and this row I am attaching already, so this won't take a lot. Here we go. So I only have 1 more row and then attach both blocks together, because I believe the first block I got 6 rows on them. And that's when I messed up and I did the row on the top instead of on the bottom of the blanket where I needed to connect. But, see, I only have this one left. And then we're going to connect all of them. And then we're going to see seriously? Here we go. Alright. I hate pulling from the front. I really do. I don't know how y'all like it. I know some of you think it's easier. I honestly don't know why you think it's easier. But I don't like it. So I tried my best. And I did as much as I could. But, you know, it was New Year's Eve, and I was also hanging out at my friend's house. And she has 2 grandkids, and one of them, she's like 3, and she's adorable. And, you know, she's 3, so she's the boss. And she was sitting there with me on the couch. That's how I ended up making that mistake. And switching the rows. And that's how I also ended up making the mistake on the top of the blanket. Because she was sitting there with me, and she was the cutest thing. She was trying to give me yarn. And trying to pull the yarn. And she distracted me. Not that it was her fault. But how can you get mad at that, right? So here we go. But let me tell you something. My back is killing me. My back hurts so much. I think most of it has to do with the cold. Because I pretty much, like, when I sit, I pretty much try to sit straight as much as I possibly can. And I try not to, you know, bend forward or hunch, because I know how bad that can affect my back because of the fibro. But this weather is like, it's so cold outside. Y'all, I think it's like 20-something degrees, and it feels like it's 18 or 15 or something like that. Like 28 degrees and feels like it's 18 or something like that. And it is just cold. It is cold. It is freezing. And it is almost midnight. So there's no way I'm going to finish this. I am going to end this right here. I'm attaching the last, well, not the last one, but I have 3 more squares to go. Or, okay, let me do this last one, because this one's almost finished, actually. I thought I was at the beginning of the row, and I did more than half of it. Okay, let me just attach it right here, and I will show you what I got, and I will end out this video. And you know what? You might get another one from me tomorrow finishing it off. And I think I'm just going to finish this blanket, put out another video, and this week will be just, you know, because I shouldn't be putting out any videos, but why stop now, right? So, it is 12 o'clock, and officially I got this much done. I only need 2 more squares to finish this cluster. And I got this much done. And I'm done. Happy New Year. It is officially 2026. And I hope everybody has a wonderful brand new year. And I hope y'all stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.